Good afternoon. We're here today to talk about Vietnam gaming. These are rules by Peter Pig called Vietnam Men Company B. One rule book, no problem at all there. A play sheet on the back, there's a spare play sheet inside. The play sheet's downloadable for free from the internet, they're all very nice. You just need the one rule book. They're a very nice set of rules, very popular. Anyway, let's go through bits and pieces. First of all, you need quite a lot of stuff to play this game, although most games have got things hanging around they can use in its stead. First of all, you need some buildings. I've got a whole tray of buildings here. Peter Pig make these, of course, but Vietnam buildings. You can use other buildings, but these are specifically for this game. Buildings, first thing. Next thing, you need a variety of bits of jungle. There's some little plastic cake trees, put on bases, plastic jungle. We've got some bamboo. These are off the internet, easy enough to get hold of. There we are, bamboo. Plenty of scenery. Remember, this is the most you need. You could do it with less, no problem at all. You need some templates as well. In this game, the templates are the size of 2 squares. It's a gridded game like most Peter Pig games. We've got some villages. Got some paddy fields, some jungle pieces, some bamboo pieces. They're the templates. Of course, you need a cloth as well. This is a Geek Villain cloth, very nice. It's 5 foot by 3 foot. Because a gridded game, we put little crosses on it, little marks to show where the squares are. The grids are important, it means you don't have to measure and you can just crack on and play the game. Lastly, you need a little piece of road, and that's about it. Now, as I've said, that's a lot of bits and pieces of kit and scenery, but you could use other things that you have. If you're very poor, you can use bits of paper for templates, things like this. But this is a full setup with every single thing you need to make it look nice. And that's the basic kit you need. Of course, there's some extras, like you probably need a pen and some dice and a little odds and ends. But that's it. That's what you need for a game. Here's a quick run through of how the game is laid out. The idea in all these Peter Pig games is that both players take a full part. We don't want a game where one player set up the scenery, the scenario, they've laid your troops out, done everything for you. You get to roll a couple of dice and maybe go to the toilet now and again. No, this game involves both players. There's various types of game in these sets of rules. There's fire-based assaults, there's search and destroy missions, there's NVA, there's Montagnards, all sorts of bits and pieces. It's all in there. Here's what goes on. First thing is the road. The White Star player, we call them White Star because it could be South Vietnamese Arvin forces, could be American forces, could be Australian forces. They lay a road from end to end. They choose any column they like. I'm going to choose this column. These roads are by scenic effects, but any old road will do. And most wargamers have spare roads in their box of tricks. There we go, there's the road. Now the next thing is we start laying out the templates. Each template occupies 2 squares. They're 1 foot by 6 inches. You could use bigger grids, smaller grid. The whole rule's written in grids, so it doesn't matter what size grids you use. They could be 5 inches, 4 inches, 11 centimetres, whatever you like, doesn't matter. Now, each player brings 10 pieces of scenery. You don't have to use templates, you could just put the model straight on the table. So there's a jungle model, you say, that's jungle. And what I've got here, I've got some marshy bits which you can do for bamboo. Some ordinary plain bits. They do for jungle. There's a bit more of that there. I've got 6 villages. That's important. There must be exactly 6 villages because of the game structure. 6 villages for search and destroy games. And last of all, I've got some nice paddy fields. These are made by S&A Scenic, really nice. There's 20 pieces there. It's a lot of scenery, but then that's needed for the game. This has obviously been playing 15mm. You could play in other sizes and use different grid sizes. If you're using 25mm, maybe you should use squares that may be 8 inch or whatever. This whole table is 5 foot by 3 foot. 6 6-inch squares by 10 6-inch squares. Now, first of all, the VC player, or the players taking the Vietnamese, lays out the templates. Here we go. The villages are very, very important. The villages are where the White Star units do their searching, because searching is the way to win the game, finding things. Therefore, space them a long way apart. I'll put some jungle out there too. There we go. See how busy the tables were becoming. It's not an open range game. There's lots of closed in parts. These are paddy fields. Nothing can overlap the road, because the road could even be on a berm. That's an option in the rules. There's the paddy fields. Bit more jungly bits there. There we go. And these marshy type ones, I haven't got quite the right template, but these are going to be for bamboo. Nasty stuff. There we go. There's 20 templates laid on the table. That is all the scenery. Now, the White Star, or American player, whoever's being on that side, they get to move some scenery around. And here's how it's done. Here's how the scenery is moved around. The templates are all laid out first of all. That's by the VC player. I'm calling the VC player because this scenario is the layout for search and destroy. The Firebase layout is different, etc, etc. Now, the White Star player gets to place 5 dice on things you'd like to move around. Well, bamboo's hard work to get through, so might want to move that. Might try to move a village to somewhere nicer. Might put paddy field out of the way, so I get a bit of cover there. I might move that bit of jungle and that bit there. Now here's how the scenery system works. You roll a dice. If you get a 4, 5, 6, you swap it with something else. You don't clear the location, you swap it. So I'm going to roll for this village here. A 3. Failed, the dice is dead because it wasn't a 4, 5, 6. The bamboo, that's not going very well. The paddy field, yes. I've got to swap that with something else. I can't swap it with villages, otherwise the White Star would end up all the villages in one nice little cluster. It'd be dead easy to search it. I'm going to swap the paddy field with, I think I'll swap it with a bit of jungle up here, because it gives me a bit of cover there. This bit of jungle here. Yes. I'm going to swap this jungle here with the paddy field down there to give me a little bit of cover near the village. And last of all, roll for this bamboo. Yeah, you can move the bamboo. I'll put this bamboo there to make a whole row of bamboo. And there's the scenery finished with. I'm now going to populate it with little models, but models are only representative. It's the templates that matter. The paddy fields are obvious. The marshy bits, they're bamboo, very difficult to move through, very difficult to have a firefight through. The slightly curved templates, they're jungle. And the nice squared off ones, there's 6 of them, they're the villages. The villages are now all placed. The point of figure game is to make it look nice. So the little buildings look very nice. They're sprinkled on the templates, but their buildings can be moved around. So if you want to move some soldiers here, you can just move that around. And remember, the figures move from square to square. So where you put them in the square doesn't matter. Your job is to get on with the mission, not be measuring, fiddling around. That's the buildings. Bing, the jungle's now set up. These are cheap cake decoration trees from the Maryland Cake Company. You can get them online. I've done them in groups so they are stable and they have a nice irregular look about them. There it is, there's the jungle. We want to play a game that looks nice because it's more immersive and probably more enjoyable. And lastly, I've added on the bamboo, these tall pieces here. Now once again, gamers could say, I want to do it slightly differently. You could just call it lighter jungle and thicker jungle, no problem at all. You might also see from the picture, if you look at the top right hand corner, there's a small Buddha Yeah, a little Buddha type model or whatever it is. That's from my late mother. It was in. I painted it up. It's an old ivory thing she had, so I like to use accent rhymes of her. So there's the game ready to go. The game should look nice. It's easy to navigate around. You can reach across the table, and your soldiers should look nice amongst that. There it is. There's a table all set up.